I'm John Skinner, and this supports my book Fishing for Summer Flounder, Fluke Jigging from Shore Boat and Kayak, and you can learn more about the book at flounderbook.com. In this video, we're fishing with 2-ounce S&S John Skinner swing hook bucktails. On the rig, 1 foot above that, is a Tsunami glass minnow, the silicone skirt model. And I'll have links to all of the gear, including a link to the video that shows how to tie that rig. I'll have that all in the description of the video.
Oh yeah, no, we're fishing like between 50 and 60 feet. But like, you mean, where we usually fish in the Sound, you have a better chance of winning lotto than you do catching a 10-pounder. Over here, 10-pounder is possibility any day. I mean, it's outstanding, but they get them.
So I have my daughter Katie out with me. I don't get to do that too often. She is working on a PhD out in Michigan, so she doesn't come home too often, but got her out there today and see if I can put her onto some fluke. Before I even got the camera on my head, she got a short fluke, so this was a good sign, because the previous time out the fishing was kind of slow. I only had 4 fluke, but 3 of them were really nice quality, so it's good to see something right away.
Oh, that's a fluke, and it's not a bad one.
This is my first time fishing with this rod. This is a Jigging World Nexus, 7 foot, rated 20 to 50 pound test line, and this is a spiral wrapped rod, also known as acid wrap, so it's very comfortable.
Yeah, it's a keeper. See, the idea is put the net where you can reach the net. Well, we're off to a good start already here. We got 2 fluke in like no time. You know what? I hope I put the measurer back in the boat, because
yeah, so like forever I used to measure my fish on top of the cooler, and now I've got a new cooler, so I don't have anything to measure with, so I actually brought out a tape measure. I need to do something better than that, but that's what I've got for this trip. And the minimum size limit is 19 inches, and we're allowed to keep 4 each.
there's a lot of things I should do. Yeah, if I don't have it, I'm just going to release them, because it's not like we're ever low on fish. Now, you know what's going to happen. You got a fish?
Yeah.
You know what? It's definitely 19. Yeah, go by. You know what? We've got fish in the freezer. We're gonna. There's no way that's the last keeper. You know what I mean? We just got here, got one.
Yeah, and we'll catch tons of these sea robins on this trip. It just seems like there's more and more every year.
That 19-inch will be the only. No, what's going to happen? We'll catch one other one like 19-inch. Now, you know what though? We already have fillet in the fridge from just a couple of days ago. So, and we've eaten fluke like 2 of the last 3 nights. There we go. Ha ha ha. Yeah, that's not what I want. I don't know. I'm not used to this rod.
Definitely able to get a good hook set with the rod. So this is a trip where a good percentage of the fish are going to come on the bucktail instead of the teaser.
That's like the same size. What do you got there? I think you...
Crab.
Not... Just in case. I don't think that's a sea robin either. It sure looks like that's a fluke. I don't know how big, but... A fluke nonetheless. There you go. Did you attract a big one for me? There's something on there. Oh, I'm not so sure you didn't. You know what? That's a fluke. Nice. In fact, that's a no measure keeper.
Yeah?
I think so. You know, I'm gonna swing him. I mean, it's definitely a keeper. $57 feet. Wow, there's 2 fluke there. Boom, boom.
So this is only my second trip in this spot, so yeah, anytime I get on to even just a couple of fish, I'm going to put a mark on that GPS.
Some kind of measure here. I think this one's going to be like 20. Yeah, it's 20 inches, so I'll keep that one. I wouldn't mind coming home with a couple of keepers.
So if you bleed the fish, boy, it's really going to improve the meat quality. And also, when you're back home filleting, it's going to be a lot cleaner. There won't be blood all over the fillet table, so it's pretty easy. You know, as you see, just get a 5-gallon pail, scoop up a little bit of water, and take a knife, put a slit through the gills, put the fish back in the water for a few minutes. It'll bleed out, then put it on ice, and yeah, the meat comes out so white, and you don't get any of those fishy tasting bites, and it definitely freezes better. Yeah, it's just a great thing to do.
That's a fluke, for sure. Small maybe, but it's definitely a fluke. Like I said, just where we caught him before. I'm not so, I think I dropped right on top of you. That was so stupid. Actually though. Okay, take this. What do you got there?
I don't know, but it's really small.
All right, just keep the rod bent, okay? That's all you got to do. Just keep it bent.
It gets a little instruction there because she's not used to using that rod. She's used to using something that's softer and always has a bend in it when we're fishing shallower. But yeah, you have to pay attention to keep a bend in the rod here, else the fish could easily back off.
Just keep reeling, keep reeling. He's a keeper. Be close. I couldn't see when he was coming up, you know, because of the angle. That don't count. Catching fluke though, that's pretty amazing. If he is 19, we're keeping him because that will give us a meal. And because when I had that first 19, you know, I wasn't realizing that's pretty much what we're going to be catching today. Maybe. I don't think so. 19 1/4. Good. So that gives us a meal. Tell you what, stay up. I'll move the boat. Oh no! Oh, that is not going to be a weak fish. I knew. I mean, that was a big bluefish. Just grabbed my thing, took my bucktail.
Oh really?
Yeah. That's why. That's the first one that I've. Yeah, they haven't been over here. Normally I would crank like crazy, but you know, there hasn't been a reason to do that. So, but as soon as I felt it, there was no question about what it was.
Yeah, bluefish can be fun, but they can also tear up your fluke gear.
Ah, there he is. You know what? I was going to help you with that, and I said, you know, I feel somebody down there. So this is like another one of these borderline keepers, you know, like something like 19, 20, somewhere in there. Not even. Go ahead, fall off, I don't care. I'm not measuring you. He could very well be 19. Doesn't matter. We got two. That's a meal. I just messed us up. I went up a little too far and got caught in some eddy or something over there. Messed up the drift.
And of course we're tipping with Gulp. These are 5-inch swimming mullets. I've been doing really well with those recent trips and last year. Also 6-inch Gulp grubs, and I think that's about it what we were using. Gulp Nemesis are great for this, except the sea robins will tear them up.
Huh?
My line is already.
Okay. Yeah, so what you should be doing is going in after I go in. So pick up. You got fish on there, huh? No?
Probably fish.
Uh-oh.
What is it?
You got a bluefish on there? Oh, you got a nice fluke. That's a fluke. How did that happen? That was one of the least impressive executions. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, it's on. Yeah. Nice. I don't know how you caught it. And the fish finder went out, so I can't mark it. The battery ran out. I mean, I've got more batteries, but That's pool fish. Yeah, you gotta get that weed off, yeah. Just didn't come up right. It came up really weird. What do you got there? That's not a...
Running.
Because I think you got yourself a good fluke, Kate. Just keep the rod bent. Just keep reeling. You're doing fine. Just keep pressure on it. Just keep it going. Just keep the rod bent. That's because I've seen no indication that it's a bluefish. I mean, he hasn't taken any long runs. I mean, it could be a bluefish.
It is running.
Yeah, just keep doing what you do. I guess you got a bluefish, Kate. Yeah, you do, because that unfortunately is not going to be a fluke. It's hard to tell when the... Yeah, it's a big blue.
What do you want me to do?
Lose him?
Well, I can't do
Yeah.
that. Are you going to net him?
Yeah, I'm going to have to net. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The guys I fish with would like that. Are you going to net them? Because I do the same thing to them. Yeah, we got to net them. Oh, that's a monster.
Right.
Yeah, and you didn't lose your bucktail. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, it's bigger than the ones we catch out of buoy 5 for sure.
Yeah, it's huge.
That's it. Now lift them up, turn them sideways, turn them, tilt them, tilt them. Come on, that's it. Tilt them, that's it. Keep going, tilt them, yeah. 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 Okay, good enough. Throw them over the side. That's it. Very graceful.